Every man in a relationship with a woman should know, and that relationship could be at any level. You could be in a long-term relationship, you could be married, you could have just met and gone on 2-3 dates together. It doesn't matter. What I say applies to all women at all times, everywhere. Everything a woman says is reflective of what she's feeling at that time. This is very important, and this is across culture, nationalities, upbringing, etc. It's in a woman's DNA. Whenever she makes sweeping statements like, I want to be with you for the rest of my life, I'd live with you in a tent, or I never want to see you again. Now this applies, pay attention, this applies to positive and negative statements. You cannot rely on it because it is reflective of what she's feeling at that moment, and it can and it will change. You can actually count on it that it'll change, and you could equally count on it that it is not something you can rely on or make life plans on. Women say what they're feeling at the time, and they might very well mean it at the time. They might very well mean it, but they change, and they are controlled by their feelings and emotions. And when those feelings and emotions change, they will have zero regard for what they said earlier, what promises they made, what those promises created in the mind of the person that was hearing it, that was receiving it, and was on the receiving end. They don't care how much it hurts you. They don't care because they cannot help it. They have no power because they are subject to their feelings and emotions. So remember this, and the next time a woman, you do something and maybe she is disgusted. She says, I never want to see you again. Or if you have situations where she's saying, oh, I want to be with you for the rest of my life. I go anywhere with you. I'll do anything with you. No man holds a candle to you. All of those things are reflective of what she's feeling at the time. Don't tell me that your situation is different. Don't tell me that you know this person. Don't tell me that you trust her. Don't tell me that she's your soulmate. Don't tell me that she has been true to her decisions before. I'm telling you, and don't come crying to me or to a counselor or whatever when you see she has completely turned on you 180 degree to a degree where she's unrecognizable to you. Her behavior. You actually want to grab her by the shoulder and shake her and say, are you the same person who did this, who said this, even last night? And it could change on a dime. It could change on a dime. It could change next week. It could change 6 months from now. But you could guarantee that it will change. So if you take one thing away from this video, know that everything a woman says is reflective of what she's feeling at that moment. These are not something you could rely on. You are absolutely ill-advised to make plans based on what she said, or to, on a negative side, or to take her seriously when she says, I never want to see you again. I have told you before, I know a close friend who, his girlfriend told him on Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, that I want to spend the rest of my New Year's Eve with you together. And it was 14 or 13 days later when she says she's met someone else and she's not interested in him anymore. True story. I wasn't surprised. I had already learned my lesson. I had already taken the red pill, if you will. But remember that this is very important, and it applies to all women. If you have a problem understanding what the word all, A-L-L, means, then refer to the Oxford Dictionary, please. Now, women on Mars and Jupiter might be different, but if they're living on planet Earth, nothing they say is to be relied on. It is based 100% of what they're feeling at the time, and you can take it to the bank that it will change. All the best.